Shalom and welcome to this episode of Ask Aviel. My name is Aviel. You can ask me questions so that we can share, learn and grow together. There are 3 liquids that are used to sanctify. Water is used to ritually decontaminate. Oil is used to anoint kings, priests and prophets. The 3rd liquid is blood. Genesis 4:10 tells us about the first murder. It took place between brother and brother. The voice of Abel's blood cries out to God from the ground for justice. Blood is used as a symbol of ratification of a covenant. One example of this is the blood that ratified the covenant of Abraham. Abraham brought a 3-year-old young cow, a 3-year-old she-goat, and a 3-year-old ram to God, and cut them in half, and put each piece opposite the other to prepare for the covenant that God would cut with him. When Abraham circumcised his entire household, from all the 8-day-old males throughout the generations, including a house-born slave or a slave bought with money from any foreigner who was not of his seed, Abraham circumcised all slaves born within his household and any slave who had been purchased. In circumcision, blood was shed, sealing the covenant between God and Abraham. During the Exodus, Israel was told to take the blood of a lamb or a goat and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the crossbeam of their houses. The blood was a sign for them on the houses where they were. When Adonai saw the blood, he passed over them. No plague would befall them to destroy them. Exodus 24:6-8. Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and the other half he poured out against the altar. He took the scroll of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people. Again they said, "All that Adonai has spoken, we will do and obey." Then Moses took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "Behold, the blood of the covenant, which Adonai has cut with you, in agreement with all these words." Blood was sprinkled on the Torah and on Israel. This ratified the covenant of the Torah at Mount Sinai. Leviticus 17:11 tells us that the life of the creature is in the blood, and God has given it to us on the altar to make atonement for our lives, for it is the blood that makes atonement because of the life. For the life of every creature, its blood is in its life. Therefore, Bnei Israel are not to eat the blood of any kind of creature, for the life of every creature is its blood. Whoever eats it is to be cut off. God forbids us to eat flesh with its life, that is, the blood. Deuteronomy 15:23. You shall not eat its blood. You shall pour it out on the ground like water. In many of the offerings found in Leviticus, a clean animal is slaughtered before the Lord. Aaron's sons, the priests, shall bring the blood and throw the blood against the sides of the altar, that is, at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Blood was used to anoint the horns of the bronze altar and the altar of incense. Once a year, on the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, blood was sprinkled on the cover of the Ark of the Covenant, called the mercy seat or the kaporet. The tabernacle and all the vessels used in worship were sanctified with blood. Indeed, under Torah, almost everything is purified with blood. Blood was used to anoint the high priest and his sons. Blood was also used to declare a leper clean from his leprosy. Luke 22:44 tells us that in his anguish, Yeshua was praying fervently, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling down on the ground. Hebrews 9:22, and nearly everything is purified in blood according to the Torah, and apart from the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sins. 1 John 1:7 tells us that the blood of Ben Elohim, the Son of God, Yeshua, purifies us from all sin. Hebrews 13:12 tells us that Yeshua has sanctified the people through his own blood. Matthew 26:28, Yeshua said that his blood of the covenant is poured out for many for the removal of sins. In Hebrews 9, our heavenly high priest, Yeshua, entered into the holies once for all, not by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood, having obtained eternal redemption. the blood of Messiah, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without blemish to God, cleansed our conscience from dead works to serve the living God. Revelation 1:5 says that Yeshua HaMashiach loves us and has freed us from our sins by his blood. Romans 5:9 says that we have been set right by the blood of Messiah and that we shall be saved from God's wrath through him. Ephesians 1:7, in Yeshua we have redemption through his blood. Genesis 37:31, so they took Joseph's tunic, slaughtered a goat, and they dipped the tunic into the blood. In Revelation 19:13, Yeshua returns a second time to vindicate Israel from oppression. He will bring judgment on the enemies of Israel and establish his kingdom on earth. He is clothed in a robe dipped in blood. Hebrews 10:19 tells us that we have boldness to enter into the holies by the blood of Yeshua. Ephesians 2:13 tells us that now in Messiah Yeshua, those who were once far off, those who did not know God, those from the Gentile nations have been brought near by the blood of Messiah. Colossians 1:20, Yeshua reconciled all things to himself, making peace through the blood of his cross. Luke 22:20, he took the cup after the meal, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you." Mark 14:24, he said to them, "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many." Matthew 26:27-28, Yeshua took a cup, and after giving thanks, he gave to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the removal of sins." God gives particular emphasis to blood in the scriptures due to its importance to life. Blood is a symbol for family relationships through birth or parentage. The Creator and his people are related through the shedding of blood. Blood removes sins, purifies us, and makes us set apart to be in relationship with him as one family. This is the shedding of the blood of Messiah Yeshua. Thank you for joining me. I pray that this message inspires and challenges you. God bless you and your family. Shalom.